Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Hope everyone's doing good, staying healthy and safe. You clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for April 11th to the 25th. For April 11th to the 15th, the flow remains generally unchanged what we've been talking about the last couple of days. We still have a ridge here near the Aleutians, Alaska, into Western Canada. And we still have a trough here across much of the nation, a cyclonic flow. And here's our upper low in the southwest. And we'll talk about that later. And we still have positive height anomalies here across the northern Canada and Greenland. So the models are pretty good agreement. And you take a look here. So during this period, we're talking about our upper low. Here's our upper low. Here's the cold core. We're going back to the period before it actually starts, the 11th to the 15th. And then this system gradually lifts or moves eastward, bringing snow and rain, higher elevation snow, lower elevation rain. There might be a threat of flash flooding across some areas of the southwest. And then we go further into the period, and then this system, it induces an area of low pressure in the plains or in the lee of the Rockies, and it will also interact with a moist flow from the Gulf and install frontal boundary across the Gulf Coast, and that'll begin to lift northward as a warm front. Then we get to Saturday. You see the system is here organizing heavy rain here. This is GFS. Here's a European. They're fairly similar. Then we go to Sunday, 8 a.m., the GFS. And we can see we have heavy rain here, snow here across the plains into the Rockies. But this is very heavy rain we're forecasting. Then we take a look at the European. Then we go to 8 p.m. on Sunday, Easter. We have very heavy rain, possibly severe storms occurring across this area. And again, as we've been saying in the past, that this is an area that doesn't need any more rainfall. Now this low here will be lifting northeastward. And then you can see that it moves to the coast during Monday, and we have heavy rain. Whoops, we'll get back there. Heavy rain in the east, and also snow here across the Great Lakes. Now, models you can see have backed off from the secondary low to form off the mid-Atlantic coast. Still, we'll have heavy rain and strong winds as this thing really deepens. It's like a 987 low over the Great Lakes. That's the GFS. Here's the European. Then we'll follow this closely and see, like, as we get to 8 p.m., there's no secondary low development. The low just lifts up here, continue to rain. So there's no secondary low development. If it is very weak sun shown here on the models, this is the primary low. It continues to deepen, and up here it's a 985 millibar low. Okay, we're going to look now at the period for April 16th to the 20th. Oh, I want to talk about that later. 16th to the 20th. And little overall change is forecast in the pattern. You see we still have our ridge here. We have a ridge over the East Pacific and the coast of Western North America, Alaska. And here's our broad trough here. Miles of good agreement. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures here. And I'm forecasting numbers of 46 degrees above normal. Below normal temperatures are forecast for this area, and anomalies of 48 degrees below normal are forecast. Some of the models are showing anomalies of as high as 12 degrees below normal. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the western states, probability of occurrence 35%, and then we have above normal precipitation for much of this area, and the probability of occurrence is 45 to 55%. Looking ahead for April 21st to 25th, Again, it remains pretty stable pattern here. Ridge, trough configuration all across here. Here's our Gulf of Mexico ridge that's been influenced by weather before. It's more suppressed to the south. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures here, with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees above normal. Below normal temperatures are here, with the anomalies of 4 to 8 degrees below normal. Again, some of the models are showing higher anomalies. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the West Coast states. Probability of occurrence is 35%. And then we have above normal precipitation for this area. Probability of occurrence is 45 to 55%. Now, this one thing I want to look at is the European weeklies. Here's a temperature outlook for week 1. Week 2, here's the temperature anomalies. Week 3 and week 4, this goes into May, and it still remains cool into May across parts of the east and northeast. And then we look at the height anomalies. This is week 1, week 2, week 3. A little bit of difference here. Bring the ridge or above normal heights here into the east. And then we see week 4 is a lot different compared to what we forecast back here. Okay, that's it for now. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for April 11th to 25th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.